What's up, everybody? JT Banks again. I wanted today to talk about the major pentatonic scale. Now, before we talked about the major and the minor scale, you might remember them. The major scale went something like this. So those were the two ways we played the major scale. Today we're going to focus more on the more compact version, the one that just goes that way. Because the major pentatonic scale shape that we're going to be learning is more based in that shape. So before we get started with the theory and everything, let's just talk about how it's played. You're going to start off, some people start with their first and third finger. If you want to stay in second position and be faithful to that way of playing, then you start with your second and your pinky. Put your second finger on the third fret of the sixth string. That's a G note. Then make sure you keep your thumb under the guitar like that. Not doing this, but doing that. Stretch down to the fifth fret with your pinky, like so. Then we're going to reach over, and by the way, this is only 2 notes on each string, so it's not like the other scales where we got to do either 3 or some odd number of notes on each string. So just 3, 5 on this one. Then you're going to reach your first finger over to the second fret of the A string. That's the 5th string. That's a B note. So far I have G, A, B. Then you're going to reach your pinky to the 5th fret of the same string. That's a D note. First finger to 2 on the D string, that's an E. Pinky to 5, that's a G. First finger to 2 on the third string, that's an A. Third finger to 4, that's a B. And then second finger to 3, that's a D. Pinky to 5, that's an E. Second finger to G, or the third fret of the high E string. Pinky to 5. That's an A. Now, like I said, you can use your first and third finger for those last two. I tend to do that myself. It makes life a little bit easier on me. So really, if we did it that way, it would be the first and third finger on the last 3 strings. So it'd be... Just means you have to shift up to the 3rd fret. Okay. So how is this thing put together, though? Because we know how the major and minor scales are put together. It was that series of half steps and whole steps, right? Today we're going to focus less on half steps and whole steps, and we're going to think more about just what comes out of the major scale to make the major pentatonic scale. Now, when you think of the word penta, you should probably think of the number 5, right? Pentagon, pentagram, pentacle, penta, whatever. Okay, so 5. Basically what's happening here is we're taking 5 notes out of the major scale itself and just playing those. Pentatonic scales are very important, especially if you want to play rock music. Well, let's first just look at the first 7 notes of the major scale itself. Let's say we're in the key of G again. That's our favorite key as guitar players. We have G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. Now those are the notes taken out for the G major scale. However, in the pentatonic scale, we omitted a few. So here's how the pentatonic scale one went. G, A, B, D, E, and then it goes back to G. So the notes we just played with were G, A, B, D, E. That's it. So in other words, we used the first, second, third, fifth, and sixth note from the major scale. And that's how we come up with the major pentatonic scale. Everyone, thank you very much for watching. I hope to hear from you. Just make sure when you're done with this, practice, 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 practice. I can't tell you how important that is. It's also important, make sure you use a metronome. Make sure when you play your scales that you can play them in time and things like that. Also realize you don't have to to learn scales, you don't have to just go up and down the neck with them. You can actually just mess around with them and doodle inside of them and make up little things. Actually, I think that's how you really learn the feel and the sound of the scale, whatever it is you're playing with. So, hope to hear from y'all. I hope this was helpful, and I'll talk to you later.